Muda, muda, muda. In Japanese, muda is a word for waste. Entrepreneurs, organization, and professional waste around 4 hours of work time in unnecessary activities. Factories of Future believes that people should do more in less time. We analyze and identify gaps in processes and manufacturing environment. Further, quickly implement tools and systems which are easy to adapt, which results in substantial increase in productivity. We believe future factories should be sustainable, adaptive, and smart. These are the three cornerstones for survival in future. Are you progressive organizations who want to achieve greater operational excellence? Call on us. Be future ready.
So I've just unmuted you, so we have all the other participants in the mute mode. So we
Thank you.
begin with the first question. Sandeep, in the wake of this disruption, why it is always a disruption like this wakes us up for digitization and moving towards going digital? You know, you and me, we are pressing
Yeah,
this from last 2 to 3 years. And because we
absolutely.
were foreseeing that there could be some new normal which is coming up. So why this
Right.
kind of thing?
See, typically, as we all know, we have a kind of casual attitude towards everything. So when actual digital transformation started, I think around 5 6 years back, many organizations jumped onto it and started to do some initiatives which were not integrated cohesive efforts, and that actually has led to the failures. So if you see most of the research report, many of the digital transformation initiatives have failed.
Hmm.
Now, as you know, again, the revenues are the final roll up thing where board of directors will look at, and that has again created a hurdle, and these initiatives went on back burner. Now
Hmm.
with lockdown, customer reach has reduced, and businesses realize that without customers they will not survive. And this is the reason now organizations have woken up to ensure they are digitally available to the customers who are actually requiring those products and services. And that's why I think after this pandemic, everybody is at home and people want to see or understand how they can get their products or services. And that's why organizations are trying to get on digital. And that's, I think, is the reason why it is more required now.
Hmm. Okay, wonderful. So, what do you think? What will be the new normal now?
Oh, new normal. I think there will be multiple new normals. I mean, as you know, after demonetization, there were surge in the online transactions, right? So again, after this pandemic and the lockdown, people are now shifting towards online shopping, food delivery, groceries, purchase foods online, because nobody is allowed to go out and people are forced to stay in their houses, and only for necessity they have to go out. Now with that, again, the delivery capability has to increase. Like Uber earlier used to focus more on rides and share rides and cars and things like that, and they have kept their food delivery on the back burner, which has now suddenly become a urgency. So that's where new business models, I think, will come up. New customer journeys will be invented, because you have to understand what customers are asking for, and whole host of innovations will be coming up in the world. I think most consumers will come back to their normal life after the lockdown goes off, but their consumption habit will change. They will keep on switching between online and offline mode. They will look at all the online products, services. They may go out and check it in the store, but again they will come back and compare the prices online and buy online. So online and digital will become a new normal, I would say.
Okay, okay. And with reference to enterprise organization like Fortune 500
Yeah,
companies, they are moving towards digitization. What do you think?
right.
What will be the key challenges for them? I mean, they are already on the journey, but right now, what could be the biggest challenge for them now?
So biggest challenge is getting the talent. now
Okay.
that people are working from home and adjusting their behavior on home office is a really critical thing. And as you have seen, on the WhatsApp there are so many videos are flying or jokes are flying that family members are storming into the video meetings or childrens are coming into the video meetings, and that has to be controlled first. So there should be that kind of control brought at the home front. But organizations now have to realize that everybody need not be in the office, right? Because
Hmm.
they can also save more than 50 or 60% of costs by asking more than 50% people work from home,
Okay.
because that will reduce a whole lot of burden on the infrastructure. Their carbon footprints can be reduced by using this kind of model, so that some people, almost 30-40% people, are operating out of their home and doing their job. Because now, I mean, the smooth transition has happened. If you have seen IT companies, most of the companies have now their employees working from home. There is a connectivity, there are dynamic passwords and other things which are provided. So people are adjusting to this new normal, and organizations will go on with this approach of cost reduction, as well as reducing the carbon footprint, environmental things and stuff like that.
Okay, what according to you, okay, so another question is coming is what according to you the challenges of working home from home? Because there are two critical points from working from home. The one is that the security of,
Right.
and again is the data breach, and the framework
Correct.
has to be established. So what are your
Correct.
inputs in that regard?
So first and foremost, as I said, is the family front. People have to manage both the worlds when they are, working from home. So
Hmm.
as I said, there has to be some secluded room or some less noise, pollution at home, where family members and children are not, disturbing those. So that is the first thing. Now, other thing I see is, as you have heard about Zoom bombers,
Hmm.
right? Now Zoom has a lot of security vulnerabilities. Even
Hmm.
other products have now come up, like there is a Skype Meet now, Microsoft Link, and other video conference softwares are coming up, and they are giving a tough fight to Zoom. But Zoom has surged a lot in this time, and they have to first plug in all those holes where people can have a problem of their login credentials stolen or data stolen. So that is a main reason why organizations may have some hurdle in doing this. Now next come, as you rightly said, is the data privacy. So
Hmm.
employees who are working from home, again, they are using either office provided laptops and stuff like that, or they may go on their personal devices also. Now at that time, if the Zoom and other softwares have these security challenges, then your office data or personal data also it at a very high risk of leaking out, and that would cause again a problem, because this is not only the office work people are doing, this is a
Hmm.
customer work. So
Right.
organization customers data is at stake. So
Hmm.
people and organizations have to look at that point and ensure that there are a lot of security aspects taken care of. So you have dynamic generated passwords, you have dongles which are only connected to your office laptops and
Hmm.
not the personal laptops. So those kind of things people have to look at. Third point I would say is the commitment. Now as you all know, and all of us are the technology people, so when normally we leave from office, at least physically we are disconnected, right? 6, 7, 8, whatever time you leave that office place, you are physically disconnected, though mobile emails and everything is connected. But with this working from home, people are now 24 by 7 online, and
Hmm.
management is also expecting them to be there most of the time. Are wo development nahi hua, this program is not working, and you should be online at any point of time. Or customers also expect, because if you are doing a follow the sun, US is on, UK is on, you are working here, Japan is. So if you cover all the 24 hours of the world, then organizations are putting pressure on employees
Hmm.
that they are available at any point of time, and that will lead to a lot of stress in the employee front. Though
Yeah.
the productivity may increase, but it's really a long term, loss. People will have that kind of stress when they work more than 12, 14, 16 hours at home while they are
Hmm.
also managing the home course.
Yeah, so that's what actually there was an attached to it. Like yeah, as Raju rightly said, that there would be a time when we 8 hours, otherwise eight we are working for 12 or 15 hours or something. Then that
Correct,
could be
correct.
intermittent, and since we are available always all the time, it could
Yeah.
be pressure to work and ask and expect more from person.
Right.
Okay, wonderful.
Also, I would
Hmm.
I would also add one point. I mean, new style of management has to come up. See, typically what
Okay.
happens whenever you are in office, there is a standing meeting and people are nowadays working on agile mode, right?
Hmm.
So every day there is a stand-up meeting and people do talk about the day of the work, responsibilities are delegated and people start working on that. Now there is a supervisor or whoever is the person responsible, he keeps a tab on people what they are working. Now with this remote working, that kind of thing has to be changed, so you can't interrupt all the time.
Hmm.
And that's where they have to adopt a different style of working. When people are working remotely, you can't ask them every 1 hour that what is the status. Typically people should look at what is covered and maybe keep some times for again reconnecting and then checking the midway status and stuff like. So the management style also has to change with this work from home scenario.
Okay, wonderful. Great. Great thought on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So, which industries, what do you think will be benefited from the current surge in the digitization uh, hype?
Well, I would say digital is for improving the customer experience, then adopting the new business models and improving or optimizing your operations. So any and every business is undergoing that digital transformation. But the most impacting businesses are end consumer facing. So
Okay.
FMCG customers or, healthcare, hotels, travel industry, people who are directly connecting with the end consumer, they definitely will have to adopt digital and do it in a very faster manner. Because most of the time people or customers, even when we are into the situation, we expect that that service provider is available anytime, any place, any device where we are, right?
Hmm. Yeah, service
That's the
people have
reality now.
advantage.
Correct.
Hmm.
So that expectation will increase because now people have tested this scenario that they are available anytime, any place. Employees can work any place, any time, and they are available again anytime. So everybody is now expecting that. It's kind of becoming a default. Just say initially when ATMs came, only
Hmm.
HSBC had an ATM, if you remember in 80s, right?
Right.
All other banks, we used to go to the bank and then do a teller and get the token and withdraw money. So
Okay.
that was a luxury at that point of time. Now ATM is a default thing. Nobody expects to go to the bank and then withdraw money. So those kind of things, people will change their you know behavior and expect that their service providers, product vendors, and these people are available wherever they want. So any business which is end consumer facing will definitely has a lot of potential to adopt digital and ensure they are having a edge over the competition.
Mhm. Wonderful. Also, what I'm thinking is that the new word coined, which I'm trying to research, is also for manufacturing in respect to a manufacturing organization.
Yeah.
Not everything can be moved away from the factory, and if
Right.
MSME contains the larger chunk of Indian manufacturing pie,
Right.
for them, like 3D printing, or I could say a word, we could say manufacture from home, or
Correct.
manufacture from different
Right.
location. So what do
Right.
you think, 3D printing and silos manufacturing unit next to our garage will be a new normal, or which will be coming up in a movie?
Well, 3D printing has anyway started picking up. You and all the people online, they also know that many organizations have started using 3D printing for manufacturing their spare parts. So in
Hmm.
some way or the other. because
Hmm.
that is reducing the burden or their on their entire supply chain. Now, with that in mind, the people are actually adopting the Internet of Things, and
Hmm.
they are putting IoT in their factories. So even I don't have to be sitting in the plant and monitoring all of this, whether machine number 14 is working fine, 16 is producing all their throughput, or there is a right pressure of 100 degrees and temperature of 100 degrees and pressure of 100 pounds and whatsoever. So that kind of control can be done by your internet connectivity, and when those sensors are put in, all this will be really easy. And Faisal, you yourself are doing this factories of future, so
Hmm.
you also will agree that lot of IoT will be adopted for manufacturing domain, because that will help improve them lot of operations optimization. And I
Yeah.
remember I was working with one of my partner where we went to meet one of the customers, and the major problem in this scenario is the union category or the workers mindset.
Hmm.
What they feel is we are keeping watch on them. क्या सर आप हमको चाय पीने को भी नहीं भेज रहे हो, बीड़ी काड़ी ये सब जो चलता है. So you are keeping watch on them. So that's where we had to sit with those people, explain them that this is not for your monitoring. We already have cameras. What you are
Hmm.
doing we can see. This is for the machine monitoring, कि machine बराबर काम कर रहा है कि नहीं, whether it is producing that throughput or not. In the textile industry, if colors are not mixed properly or temperature is not raised to the proper whatever threshold, then obviously the colors will change. And that is
Hmm.
where we had to explain that to these people, that this is not for you, this is not a watchdog for you, this is a watchdog for machines. And then actually they realize that yes, this will also help them, because now they don't have to every time look at the reports and monitors कि बाबा ये बराबर चल रहा है कि नहीं. With their mobile in hand or some handheld devices, they can also look at whether machine is working properly or not.
And as you were asking for my understanding, what I think is that there will be a three cornerstones for factories and manufacturing as well as all businesses. Sustainability of business will be a primary aspect now, with changing
Absolutely.
scenarios, changing disruptions, various
Yeah.
upcoming problems, challenges, and then
Right.
that would be also adaptiveness for new technology and new methodology. That is also one be a
Exactly.
key thing, and then
Exactly.
using the smart technology and systems. And that's why I say in my factories of future that company has to be sustainable, they should be adaptive, and they should be smart. And that is what
Correct.
future is. I think the new word point will be manufacturing from home, where people
Right.
became having the 3D printing machines, and each and everybody started making their own product from themselves and the customer
Correct.
next door, so that it will be
Correct.
diverse accordingly. Have opened the platform for discussion or any questions.
Faisal Chetan here.
Yeah, Chetan.
I am in the L&D. I am in the L&D space, and
Okay.
I'm finding a lot of mindset issues in terms of the environment.
Okay.
Uh, Digital transformation anyway has been more from the aspect of digitizing rather than changing the mindset.
Hmm.
Giving customers and employees both security in terms of time and in terms of productivity. Now what's happening? It's been a deluge of ye bhi karo, wo bhi karo. So everything is on a rigmarole. Like I am working 15 hours a day. Of course, it is more to do with the environment. But
Hmm.
isn't it true for everybody? Digital transformation is becoming a big issue instead of the need of the must do kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think that's what I was referring to, the framework. So organization has to develop a framework, like what could be a policy to work from home. And even if you're working from home or anywhere else in the world, what could be the policy? How much should be the time limit? What are the key deliverables? Okay,
Right.
any other question?
Yeah. Any framework some organization has already done, which is to your
See,
notice.
like some corporate organizations are already developed some frameworks, like for example, access control to various group of people, like from vice president, general manager, or manager level or below level. What kind of policies, what kind of data could be shared, what kind of softwares could be shared on their home and personal devices, and what kind of the timings and deliverables rules. So some organizations are definitely are working on it, and very soon it will be released in the open network as well. That these are the possible timeline for that.
Great, great, great. Thank you so much.
Any
Thank
other
you.
questions? So, if you have any other questions, please do write me a mail on shake@factoriesoffuture.in, and very soon we will be scheduling part 2 of our discussion, where we will be speaking more on detail. And if you have any questions to be taken up or anything which you need to be taken up where you want to focus us on, so we could have a different session where we would focus on the certain key aspects or key challenges which you are facing in your organization. So I once again thank you all, and
Yeah, thank you.
so if you
Thank you,
have
Faisal.
any
Faisal
questions,
and Sandeep.
my friend Ramesh is also joined in from Malaysia. Thank you very much,
Hi, thank
Ramesh.
you.
And thank you very much, team. It was nice interacting with you and understanding this. Let's have a discussion further, and we will meet once again. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah, thanks, Faisal. Good initiative.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Faisal, thank you.